Welcome back, Guardians. This week we're going to delve into some of the more interesting bits and pieces of lore surrounding some of our favorite exotic weapons from Year 1. Many of these weapons you'll recognize as being long-term personal favorites, while others you may not have given very much thought to. Every weapon in Destiny tells its own story, but some of these stories are more interesting than others. Nostalgia as a weapon of war, style as a hallmark of victory. The Soros regime, one of the better-known foundry weapons even before foundries were actually a thing in Destiny, is an exotic auto rifle that was recovered using Golden Age schematics. It was built using a substance called smart matter, a shortage of which brought the regime's production to an end long ago. One particular trait is that, while the weapon had a white base during Year 1, it was turned black for Year 2. Early Destiny concept art shows that Soros was actually Arcus. Hard Light is an exotic auto rifle that was built with the rarest recovered materials known to man, and using the most computationally demanding design methods. The team that put together the mysterious weapon was comprised of 2 exo specialists and at least one Thanatonaut. These Thanatonauts were warlocks who would voluntarily allow themselves to die in an effort to experience visions and bring insight, before being revived again by their ghosts. Eternity is very close. Can you feel yourself slipping? The NECHROCHASM is a weapon that is somewhat infamous due to not being a particularly useful exotic auto rifle. Nevertheless, its lore is fascinating. It is one of the 2 known weapons of sorrow, and was created when the Hive attempted to modify a captured Guardian auto rifle to feed off the aggression of its owner. This happened when Crota first attacked the moon, and for years, Guardians who have come across the weapon have been asked a simple question: is your light bright enough to stand in full gaze of the Hive's abyss? To rend one's enemies is to see them not as equals, but objects, hollow of spirit and meaning. Thorn is an exotic hand cannon and the only other known weapon of sorrow. Like NECHROCHASM, it was augmented through the dark practices of the Hive. It was once referred to as Rose and belonged to the Guardian hunter Dreg'S Yor. When Yor fell to the darkness, he rebuilt Rose using Hive knowledge and sorcery, renaming the gun Thorn. Thorn was bound to Yor the Unwed, and in killing her, the Guardian becomes able to use the gun without risking the same corruption that overcame Yor. The gun has been described as the yin to the last word's yang. They stand as direct polar opposites of each other in the universe. The last word is an exotic hand cannon which was used by the hunter Jaren Ward. He used it against the tyrant Loken in a showdown that resulted in the famous pistol getting its name. Loken laughed dismissively. He had 9 guns on his side. Those gonna be your last words then, boy? The movement was a flash, quick as chain lightning. Jaren Ward spoke as he moved. Yours, not mine. The gun was later passed down to Jaren's adopted son, Shin Malphur, who used the weapon against the fallen Guardian Dreg'S Yor and his hand cannon, Thorn. Icebreaker is an exotic sniper rifle with the unique ability to regenerate ammunition. It was developed in secret by the Vanguards alongside the city's weapon foundries. However, the project was scrapped after only 1 weapon reached the testing phase, due to the gun being too dangerous for general use. Guardians continue to seek the weapon out, however, as they see death to be little more than an occupational hazard. You cannot shake the feeling that this is less a weapon than a doorway. Pocket Infinity is an exotic fusion rifle with an interesting history. It is the product of combining human weapon tech with Vex tech. An entire fire team of Guardians called Fire Team Tuyet met their fate in the Ishtar sink on Venus, only just managing to recover enough data for the human scientists to use. The Vex MYTHOCLAST is another weapon, which was only made possible through the power of Vex technology. In fact, the entire weapon is alien in nature, its origin and intended purpose a complete mystery to humanity. All we know about the exotic fusion rifle is that it contains within it some level of Vex time travel technology, as indicated by the gun's flavor text. The QUEENBREAKE'S bow is an exotic fusion rifle that once belonged to hopeful Vandal assassins, referred to as the QUEENBREAKE'Rs. These assassins sought to murder the Queen of the Awoken, Mara Sov, during the betrayal of the Wolves. The guns are now highly sought after by Guardians, not only for their history, but for whatever other knowledge might be contained within a piece of fully functional, fallen gear. The DREG'S Promise is an exotic sidearm mentioned on this channel before. The gun tells the story of the lowly fallen dreg that rises high above his station to become the fabled Kell of Kells. This weapon stands as a promise to the meek that they too might one day become mighty. If there is beauty in destruction, why not also in its delivery? The Gjallarhorn, without a doubt the most sought-after gun in Destiny's first year, is an exotic rocket launcher that was created by the city-aligned weapon foundry Crux Lamar. Credited as the gun's primary inventor, Faisal Crux created it as a gift to those Guardians who had fought at the Battle of Twilight Gap. It was built from the armor of the thousands of Guardians who were felled, and it is considered an unspeakable honor to wield such a weapon. The Super Good Advice is an exotic heavy machine gun with perhaps the most sophisticated mechanics we've yet seen. Invented during humanity's golden age, the gun contains smart round ammunition that reports its trajectory back to the weapon itself, while a sort of mini transmat protocol recalls missed shots directly back into the magazine. It is the same technology that allows Guardians to travel effortlessly between the tower and previously discovered locations, only in miniaturized form. But beyond even that, the gun is unique for containing something of its own personality, as hard to comprehend as that may be. That's all the weapon lore we'll be sharing this week, Guardians. In the future, we'll take a look at the grimoire behind the Year 2 exotics, as well as a look at some of the more interesting legendary pieces.